One of the most common questions teams ask when building generative AI systems is this: should we use RAG or should we fine-tune the model? Both approaches are popular, but they solve very different problems. In this video, I'll explain the real difference between RAG and fine-tuning, using simple production-style examples. Let's start with RAG. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG allows a language model to use external data at query time. When a user asks a question, the system retrieves relevant documents and passes them to the model as context. The model then generates an answer grounded in that data. Here's a common real-world RAG scenario. Imagine an internal company chatbot. Employees ask questions like, "What is our leave policy? How does the expense approval process work?" This information already exists in documents and policies. Instead of training the model on company data, the system retrieves the relevant documents and passes them to the model. When policies change, you update the documents, not the model. This is a classic RAG use case. Now let's talk about fine-tuning. Fine-tuning changes the behavior of the model itself. The model is trained further so it consistently responds in a specific way. Here's a common fine-tuning scenario. Imagine a customer support assistant. The company wants responses to follow a specific tone, structure, and style. For example, always start with empathy, use approved phrases, follow a fixed response format. Prompts alone may not be enough to enforce this consistently. In this case, fine-tuning helps the model learn the desired behavior. Now here's the most important point. Most companies start with RAG, not fine-tuning. RAG is faster to implement. It does not change the model. If something goes wrong, you can update the data without retraining anything. This makes RAG safer and easier to operate in production. Fine-tuning usually comes later. It is used when teams need consistent behavior that retrieval and prompts cannot guarantee. Another important distinction is how knowledge is handled. RAG is best for factual, changing, or private information. Fine-tuning is best for patterns, tone, and behavior. This is why many production systems combine both approaches. For example, a system might use RAG to retrieve company policies and fine-tuning to ensure responses follow company guidelines. Where teams often make mistakes is choosing fine-tuning too early. They assume the model needs training, when the real issue is poor retrieval or unclear requirements. From a production perspective, RAG gives flexibility. Fine-tuning gives control. The right choice depends on the problem you are actually trying to solve. From a career perspective, understanding this difference is important. Companies don't expect GenAI engineers to fine-tune models by default. They expect them to choose the simplest solution that works. If you can clearly explain when to use RAG and when to fine-tune, you're already thinking like a production engineer. If this explanation helped you understand how companies actually choose between RAG and fine-tuning, subscribe to Practical GenAI. I share weekly videos on generative AI, system design, MLOps, and AI careers, explained simply and practically.